Making our headlines today, Friday, March 20th. The Ministry of Health and the Public Health Department are paying close attention to the meningitis outbreak in the United Kingdom and risks it could pose to our islands. The Glasshouse Lawn hosted some of Cayman's best female farmers and artisans today for the Honoring Women's Month market, and Brac ballers defeated Natoy and friends in basketball. Good evening and welcome to CIGtv News, your official source for the latest and most accurate government information. I'm Levita Thompson. The Ministry of Health, Environment and Sustainability and the Public Health Department say they are actively monitoring a meningitis outbreak in the United Kingdom. The UK Health Security Agency confirmed the outbreak earlier this month in Kent near London, where 15 cases of meningococcal disease have been confirmed, 2 of which were fatal. 12 additional cases remain under investigation. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hilary Wolfe says residents should not be alarmed, noting that meningitis requires close contact to spread and the outbreak remains localized to the Kent area.
I appreciate that there is a lot of concern locally about the meningitis outbreak in the UK. It is important to state that this is not the type of outbreak that easily transcends borders. The transmission of meningitis requires close contact with those who have it, which is why it spreads so easily in school settings, especially where young people are also living together in dormitories. As part of our national vaccination schedule, students who are going off to college abroad are given 2 different meningococcal vaccines that cover a multitude of meningococcal strains. Vaccination continues to be the best form of prevention against meningitis, so we encourage both parents and young people to make sure they are up to date on their vaccines. The guidance for anyone who has returned from the UK and is feeling unwell is to seek medical care immediately if they have flu symptoms such as fever, headache, and a stiff neck that rapidly worsen.
There are no confirmed cases of meningitis in the Cayman Islands this year. However, anyone who has recently returned from the UK and developed symptoms, including fever, severe headache, stiff neck, or rash, is urged to seek medical care immediately. For more information, contact the Public Health Department at 244-2889. The Family Resource Center marked Women's Month with a special female farmers and artisans market held today on the lawn of the Glass House. The event celebrated the contributions of women in agriculture and the arts, shining a spotlight on local female entrepreneurs and producers. Parliamentary Secretary Heather Bodden was on hand to offer remarks.
Today, we are honoring women in agriculture, women in business, and women in the creative space. Women who are not only building livelihoods, but shaping the future of our islands. When we think about farming, we think about nourishment. When we think about artisans, we think about culture, identity, and expression. And when we bring these together, see the part of a thriving society, this is not just good for women, it is good for everyone. It is good for our economy, as we support local entrepreneurs. It is good for our culture as we preserve and celebrate Caymanian creativity. And it is essential for our future, especially when we talk about something as critical as food security. Food security is not just a global issue, it is a Cayman issue. And the more we invest in and support our local farmers, including the incredible women here today as representing, the stronger, more resilient, and more self-sufficient our islands will become.
The Family Resource Center continues to champion women and families across the Cayman Islands, and today's market was one of several activations planned in recognition of honoring Women's Month. To see the full schedule, visit frc.gov.ky. Now for today's sports news.
Tonight you saw a James Reid who got the MVP. James Reid, he missed 2 games. He came in tonight and he scored 32 points.
The Brac ballers earned major bragging rights on the basketball court earlier this week after winning an intense match against Team Natoy and friends. Sister Islands contributor Ward Scott has more details.
The names of the team were Natoy and friends and Brac ballers. Brac ballers is actually the team that represents Cayman Brac.
Okay, and what was the final score and who won?
The final score was Brac Ballers 54, Natoy and Friend 44.
Okay, and so they won the trophy. How long did they get to hold the trophy?
They got the trophy is actually theirs. Theirs for life. I mean, every competition we have a new trophy for that competition. So they take home that trophy forever.
Okay, and how does it feel to have the tournament over and ready for another?
We are ready. I mean, it is very competitive, and I can tell you that by tomorrow they will be calling and asking when is the next tournament. But we do so many sports, so we have to kind of put it in a way that it come into place. But it's a good Sunday evening entertainment for the community. A lot of persons were here watching, as I said, and this tournament was very competitive.
Time now for our weather forecast. Tonight, we can expect partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers. Temperatures near the low to mid-70s and north to northeast winds at 15 to 20 knots. Seas will be moderate to rough with wave heights of 4 to 6 feet. Looking ahead, fresh winds or moderate to rough seas are expected to continue through the weekend, with additions easing by Monday as the associated high-pressure system weakens. For local weather updates, be sure to visit the Cayman Islands National Weather Service website, weather.gov.ky, and follow their Facebook page for the most reliable coverage. If you're watching us on the CIG YouTube channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed with the facts straight from the source. That's all for today's news brief. I'm Levita Thompson. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.